found out by reading a memo which was posted on the wall between the lifts, and it was just stating a fact. We had these long-standing agreements and they were going to take them away.
These were reduction or in penalty rates, in on-call rates and in charge rates.
With no consultation, no formal letter to every member of staff, which is the way it is supposed to be.
Certainly some of the staff would have been out of pocket up to $6,500 per year.
Very unfair considering the profits that Ramsay had released.
I, as I said, contacted the association, and from there we proceeded in a campaign against Ramsay and North Shore Private Hospital.
At that time we didn't have a branch.
There was only a few at that stage. We formulated a plan, and I also then delivered pamphlets around to the wards stating our concerns about these cuts.
Flyers out to the general public and around the hospital.
Petitions, media involvement. We had spreads in the North Shore Times.
Certainly make it known to the general public what was happening, what Ramsay were doing.
It did shed a bad light on Ramsay itself and the way it was treating its staff with contempt.
There was one particular meeting and it was standing room only. The executives were taken aback by the emotion and anger that was being voiced.
The management did start negotiations and presented to the membership. Instead of introducing these cutbacks in September, they would phase them in from January over a period of time.
Telling staff that with the delay in the cuts, it would give them time to sort their finances out. And in the same week, we're told of Ramsay's huge profits across Australia and the world and increases in executive salary packages.
They were absolutely appalled once again that senior management were proposing to still continue to bring in the cuts but just delay it.
We pushed for meetings with management, which were originally only going to be for representation of a few staff from each department.
The executive were trying to fragment us into groups so that they could do the old divide and conquer.
With no union representation, I found that as a bit of a bullying tactic.
And I think management could see that we weren't going to be backing down and with that plan, and that we weren't going to take no for an answer.
What ensued in the next few weeks was that the management of Ramsay completely turned around this proposal and were able to achieve something that we thought was amazing.
The win was getting this legally in writing, so it stands for not just the few that were already getting the allowances. There was discrepancies across the hospital, and now everybody gets those allowances and they won't be cut and they are legally standing.
More nurses joined the association because they could see what the association was doing, that we had a plan that we were able to implement, and each step of the way we were able to inform the nurses and midwives on what we were achieving.
I think before we didn't feel like we had a voice.
Well, now they can see very clearly what the association can do with you if you've got a strong, united front.
No, I didn't think that the union would have been that strong in solving this issue. I really didn't. So I am so proud of the union and the association now that we can get outcomes like that, and we were fully backed and advised, and there, you guys were there all the time.
They had the arrogance to think we would just take it lying down, and we didn't.